Hello, Watching Americans 193. This is Diane Brooks, and we're going to be talking with Kristen Howe today. She now owns her own food truck, Hooked on Smoke. I'm going to turn it over to Kristen and let her tell us about how she ended up in a food truck. Okay, the first question is, how did you start with When Pigs Fly?
I was working 4 jobs cleaning houses and pressure washing decks, and then at a couple restaurants. So it was almost like 5 jobs at one time. A friend of mine's dad called me and said that he had a restaurant that wasn't doing too well, and he was tired of seeing me work all the time, and he asked me would I like to come run it. And I was like, well, I don't know, it depends on the pay. And he was like, oh no, I want you to own it. I want you to have it, do what you want with it. He said, if anyone can make it successful, he said, it's you. And so I went up there, checked the restaurant out, stressed about it a little bit, but ended up taking the job on. I had a gift shop at the time too. I closed it down. This was in July of 2013. So I became a business owner. I was 33 years old. I was scared to death. And I just took it over. And I started with a small store. I revamped the staff and got it up and running in like 2 weeks. The barbecue sucked at first because I didn't know anything about barbecue. It took me a while to learn what I was doing. And then it just took off. And we won a bunch of awards up there. It done good. It was a little place, but it done really good. It's just trial and error, I guess you could say.
And then When Pigs Fly moved.
I made it up there just a couple years. Our anchor store was leaving. Lowe's Foods was closing down. So when Lowe's closed, and you're up on a hill that's kind of out of sight, out of mind, I got nervous. Sales went down like 30%, then 40%. And it was just a lack of foot traffic made it to where nobody was up on that hill anymore. So I started looking for another spot. I wanted to get as close to town as I could without being in town, because I didn't know how busy it would be, how slow it would be. So we found a spot. It used to be the old Junction restaurant. And we talked to the landowners, got in there, remodeled the whole thing, had to gut the whole thing because it was in really bad shape. And from there, we closed down I think 12th of October that year in maybe 2015. And then we were open by November 1st. My dad come in and helped me do all the construction, and we had the plumbers and the electricians, and we opened up with 14 employees from the old 9 that we had had before. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I was crazy.
So then the landslide happened.
Then the landslide happened in January, I think, of 2017. Landslide happened, bank gave way, came in on the building. We were mandatory evacuated. We were told to get everything that belonged to us that mattered out. So the community shut down. Benoist Construction sent over people. The landscaping guys, Michael guy, a bunch of people just stopped what they were doing, came, packed up cars, packed up trucks. We had stuff in like 7 storage units and 5 or 6 houses and 2 or 3 businesses. All my stuff was everywhere, and I was just sitting outside crying. I mean, I was worthless, absolutely worthless, because landslides aren't covered by insurance. It's a God-made natural disaster. I lost $28,000 in a matter of 5.5 weeks, because while you're not making any money, you still got the last week's payroll and the last month's sales tax and the rent and the electric, and there was no stopping of bills. No one. The only people that helped us out was Blue Ridge Electric. When it came time, they gave us credit back for the oil and everything that we had done so that we would actually have some money. They're the only ones that didn't keep sending us bills.
Fantastic. So then you pushed forward and you ended up in your food truck.
Yep. Well, from there to running one business, open another one, and then got the food truck. Yeah.
So now you have your food truck. You went from working 7 days a week to working 4 days a week. So, so now you've got this successful food truck.
Yeah,
and
doing
you're
better with
mobile.
it. Yeah.
And you do catering.
Close when I want, open when I want, go where I want.
So you went from working how many hours a day
90 hours a week.
to how many hours a week?
40.
So you cut it over half. That in itself is an American dream.
Yeah.
And then tell me about your child.
She's a genius. She's going to a boarding school in Virginia right now, getting ready to apply for school of math and science. She's very smart. She saved her own money. She's bought her own car this year.
Independent,
Very independent. Doesn't need me for
Strong.
anything. The mother of the house, actually.
strong-willed.
Very strong willed.
And now you are engaged.
Yes,
To the
finally,
love of
at
your life.
40 years old, bless his heart.
So how many American dreams have you got? You've got a successful business, a successful career, homeowner, new car, wonderful
kid.
child, and the love of your life.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your interview. You have a great day.
You too.